This episode of Tales from the Video Store is brought to you by Golden Ticket Cinemas. $5 movies all day on Tuesday. And the Mad Tea Party. Production uniquely. That is all. Please subscribe to our podcast and write us a review at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Donate to our Patreon page. The link will be in the show notes. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Doug Wall, Lee Bridges, and Garrick Lane. This is Tales from the Video Store. Welcome to Tales from the Video Store number 55. We're rocking it out with our final block of sword and sci-fi kung fu. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Pretty much.
Because there was only one sword and sorcery.
Well, there really is only one.
Okay, because this one that we did this week, Duel to the Death, is a kung fu movie.
Wait, it's a kung fu fantasy.
Aren't they all?
No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't say. I wouldn't. Say, like I would compare this to a Bruce Lee movie. They're not the same type of movie. You know.
There was no sorcery.
There's fucking magic and shit. There's no
sorcery.
There's ninja tricks.
There's ninja tricks. There's,
right.
There's smoke and
okay,
ninja.
let me ask you a question. If the thing with a giant ninja broke into five guys, if that was a giant Viking, you would say it was sword and sorcery.
Maybe.
So your thing is there's no white people.
Ninjas are tricky.
They are. I've been tricked. I've never been tricked by people who can magically burrow under the ground.
They are known to do the unthinkable. That's what makes them. That's why they're mystical.
Mystical, as in magical.
No, mystical as in mystical.
Right.
As in, man, that's weird. How did they do that?
Right.
Nobody knows.
Right.
It's ninja trick.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
There's no cauldrons. There's no crystal balls. There's no wizards.
There's no magical land. This was China versus Japan.
Right.
First of all, ain't no one of y'all ever been there. Y'all don't know it exists.
What are you, a fucking flat earther too? Like,
right. Don't judge me.
Hey, it's a cool fucking movie.
Right.
I mean, it really is. I thoroughly enjoyed the movie.
Right.
But, I mean, it's not. You can't call this. So, there's no sorcery.
Right.
Your ninja
But you would
tricks,
say agree it's a fantasy.
Well, yeah. I would say that 90% of the, Kung Fu, Samurai, Ninja, mashup movies from the late 60s through the mid 80s are all fantasy.
Right, but this one is extremely fantastic.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, but it actually had kind of a lot of times these plots are just completely
right.
Like it's like this could never happen.
Yeah,
but this that every so often they have this battle between the greatest warrior in Japan and the greatest one from China for kind of bragging rights. That seems believable to me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I agree with that.
So I enjoyed the premise of it. And the execution of a lot of it is cool as shit.
Yeah.
All the stuff with the ninjas I thought was really creative and inventive. And
yeah. The effects, even today, like you can see how they did that.
Right. It's just not magic.
Right.
That's the only thing.
I would say it's somewhat magical.
It's magical in your eyes because you love it.
No, it's magical.
Like I do,
right.
But it's not, there's no...
See, I disagree.
Yeah, I mean, and it's like Crawl.
Right.
Except Crawl is like, without the wizardry, it's like sci-fi stuff. This is like... This to me is not really all that different from... You could have put in, like, Ninja in a Dragon's Den.
Right.
I could have watched that again and felt the exact same way I did at the end of this. It's not a sword.
But that does have a sorcerer in it.
At the end, damn it. It does. See, that's the one we should have picked.
Yeah.
Cool fucking movie, but come on.
How do you explain ninjas fly in there?
Ninja tricks, Garrick.
Ninja tricks.
I don't think you could trick.
Have you ever watched a fucking kung fu movie in your life?
No,
everybody can fly. Hell, you can see the fucking...
But that's the point. That's part of my point. These books they're based on wushu novels, like Crouch, Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Right.
Is based on like a 700. These are based on fantasy novels the same way something like Conan is based on fantasy novels here. And they're these just like, they're able to fly because their martial skills are so great they can defy gravity.
Yeah, and it shows them they're jumping off their swords while it's in their hand to spring back into the air.
That's
right.
Which is completely plausible, right?
Right. Well, then why hasn't the Olympic team done any of this stuff if it's plausible?
Because if they could, they would have done it by now.
They would have done it by now.
Because if they could, the Chinese team would have all the gold basketball medals.
I think all the lost art, the transcripts that the ninjas were like, I don't know how they were basing out or transcribing them.
I thought I would be grasping for answers. Doug's over here treading water.
I'm just saying. I mean, that's what it is.
I agree with you, Doug. It's not really a sword and sorcery. It's not really a sword and sorcery. But there's only 3 sword and sorcery movies.
Yeah.
That are worth.
And 2 of them have Arnold Schwarzenegger in them.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, there was one we all forgot that I watched, but we'll get to that. Let's get to the movie. Duel to the death.
Yeah. Just a, story they say every 7 years, but I swear every once in a movie they say every year. So it's kind of...
I'm not even sure.
Yeah, I'm not even sure. It doesn't really matter. Yeah. Best swordsman from China, best swordsman from Japan have this fight to the death. And they have it at this special house in China.
Holy Sword House.
Holy Sword House. And there's sort of a conspiracy between these ninjas and the people at Holy Sword House to sort of fix the fight. Because the Japanese government doesn't so much care about winning, they care about getting the secrets to Chinese Kung Fu. And they think with that they'll be able to take over basically all of Asia. And, it's an insane movie. It has, as Doug said, people jump in the air and then hold their sword under their feet and then bounce 20 feet more. It has a giant ninja that turns into 5 ninjas and then turns into a naked lady ninja. And by the way, has any of you ever seen anyone caught in a net? Since I guess only in movies are nets just unescapable. Like they just throw this like a fishing net on this guy, and he's like, "Oh fuck, I can't get out. I just killed 17 guys, but shit, this fucking you got me." It's like when you throw a net on someone in a movie, they just give up. They're just like, "There you go." It's like quicksand. It's not real, but in a movie, it's deadly. But yeah, and it's just, it's sort of that early '80s when special effects were just starting to come into the Hong Kong movies. Like, the special effects are very rudimentary, but they're very well, like Doug said, they're very well done. The flying, you don't see any wires, the blood effects are good.
The sets were fantastic.
The sets are great. Like, they are. The Shaolin Temple looks great. The Holy Sword House. So there's this like underground. I guess that's where they bury the fighters. That's the tombs. But they whoever wins gets their name put on this giant wall. And it's just a weird,
cool
fucking movie.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not bashing the movie.
Yeah,
it's just not
sword and sorcery.
Yeah,
it didn't have any naked chicks. Didn't have any barbarians.
That fucking Voltron.
She got naked right before the net.
Yeah. There was she was doing a spin move.
Yeah.
I think I saw the nipples twice.
Yeah, she goes
That's it.
She goes to a giant to 5 guys to a naked chick.
Yeah.
Because that's
really odd.
Yeah. Very odd is the word for the movie.
And you never saw her again.
No.
Or that. It was just...
Well, she threw the net on the guy. He was paralyzed.
That was it.
You can't escape a net, Doug. It's impossible.
It's improved. We saw it several times in this movie.
Yeah.
Cool movie.
Yeah, but the movie, it almost like the bad guy, he almost has like this James Bond plot to sort of capture all the martial arts masters in Japan and China. And I guess force them to teach him. I don't know, it's kind of unclear.
The guy that's with Hashimoto, his envoy or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know if he was behind the whole thing or if it's the Shogun or if it's a combination because they don't really ever...
No, it doesn't matter.
It really doesn't matter.
It really doesn't matter because I've seen this movie at least 2 or 3 times. I've never questioned it up until this moment.
I liked both of the main characters, Hashimoto and Chun-Wan, but both of those guys were very likable characters.
Oh, yeah.
Like you kind of found yourself at certain points in the movie kind of pulling for one over the other one.
Yeah.
Until the end when it goes down and then they just have a really... odd fight,
very bloody,
on like
a cliff face.
Yeah,
yeah,
the side of the ocean.
I tell you one thing it does do is it shows the like sort of the difference of how they approach martial arts. Like the Chinese fighter, he doesn't really like he'll do it, but he's not like this is not like his dream to be in this duel.
Right.
Whereas the Japanese guy, he don't give a fuck.
Well, it's honor above.
Yeah,
all.
yeah, exactly.
That's why he does what he does.
That's why he does at the end.
To make the guy fight him because he's like, nah, motherfucker, we're fighting.
Exactly. I didn't go all through this.
Yeah, like I will lose honor. I understand your plight, but I'm gonna have to make you fight.
Right. What'd you think, Garrick?
I enjoyed it. I mean, but I like all kung fu. I mean, this is one of the last golden harvests of the old Hong Kong movies. Like, it was great.
Oh, it was.
It was a little hard in spots to kind of figure out what was going on. I think that was the subtitle, or I think it was the...
Let me ask you a question. In what world is that woman passing for a man?
What was that about?
I think that's just a cultural thing because, like, you go back 10 years before this, almost all Hong Kong movies starred women as men. Up to the late 60s, there were maybe one or two movie stars in Hong Kong that were men. Like, if you had, like, this movie, it was made in 1965, the two main characters would have been played by women. So I just think that's more of a cultural thing, is, sort of that how, like, women play men and men play women, it doesn't really matter. Like, then Iron Monkey, the guy, I didn't realize that the kid that plays Donnie Yen's kid, that was a little girl.
Really?
Yeah, and that's just a thing there, But I guess she's supposed to be a dude, or supposed to be posing as a dude.
Not one masculine thing about her.
No, exactly. She's wearing makeup the entire time.
Immediately when I was like, what are they saying? That's a chick.
Yeah, I know.
I don't get it.
Yeah, my girlfriend pointed out, she goes, what's happening? I was like, yeah.
One of those lost in translation things. Like
right, exactly.
Maybe,
that's just a cultural
maybe it
thing.
made sense to them, and it just didn't make any sense to us. But.
And that's and some of the dialogue, and some of the storylines.
Yeah.
Were kind of lost in translation. But as far as what I like, the action, the gore, the swordplay, I mean, it was perfect. It was spot on.
Yeah. And for a first-time director, I mean...
Yeah, you can't complain.
Exactly.
Yeah. What'd you say? His name is Su Tung Ching. Would be his actual given name.
Yeah. Did the fight choreographer like...
he wrote it as well.
Jet Li movie Hero, Shaolin Soccer. He's done. Like, he's more of known as a fight choreographer and action director than he is a narrative director. But yeah, super cool guy. Yeah, unfortunately, they don't make these type of movies in Hong Kong anymore. And if you pay attention to the news, you kind of realize why. That world is gone.
Yeah,
unfortunately, it ain't never coming back.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Why is that for anybody that doesn't know?
Just because until 1997, Hong Kong was a British territory. Right. And then they handed it back over to mainland China with the duel that for 50 years it would stay basically autonomous. And they were pretty good. They were pretty good about it up until about 2010. Then, and just in movies, I noticed after 2010 they started getting more watered down. Like that, more like like there would never be a dirty cop in a movie.
Right.
Yeah. And never be, just like movies like this, the violence got there's a lot of CGI, which I think a lot is just the international market, but just a lot of, like the visceral quality of this movie just would be removed.
Right.
Like a lot of they almost seem like, you watch like a movie in the 80s in America that were trying to make a Hong Kong movie. That's kind of what it seems like. They're trying to duplicate, when like you Xerox something's already been Xerox so much times it almost looks white. Yeah. It's like that. It's a Xerox of a Xerox of a, with nothing. And it's just, and now that they are basically, mainland China is trying to take much more control over the island of Hong Kong. I think their movies, like we talked about a couple months ago, their social media code, where like, if you post something on Facebook or whatever the Chinese equivalent of Facebook is, and maybe say something about the government, that could affect your job, if you're allowed to travel out of the country and this stuff. And because these people have had basically, since World War II, almost very Western freedom to do, compared to the people who live 100 miles away, and now it's being tightened on them and they do not like it at all, Like I read an interview with the guy who's the bad guy in Hard Boiled, I can't remember, Anthony Wong, and he's half Caucasian. His brothers live in Australia. Like his dad was an English army officer. He's like, I can leave. He's like 99% of these people have nowhere else to go. So whatever China does to him is, hey, he said, me, I can get on a plane here. I can never come back. He's like, he has dual citizenship. Yeah. You know, he's like, I don't feel bad for me. I feel bad for them. And it's being reflected in movies, music, just their culture, basically. You know, the culture now is basically eating itself. It's been for the past 2 or 3 weeks just constant violence and protests and stuff.
Yeah. It's no good.
Yeah. Well, that was depressing.
Well, but yeah, you know, some people that might not know, now they do.
Yeah.
And back in the Golden Harvest days, they could do just about anything they wanted.
Yeah, they could do whatever they wanted. There was no...
The triad was...
This was a PG-13. Oh, yeah.
And Raymond Chow was taking the money and making great movies.
Yep. That was kind of the good thing, in a way, a good thing about having an entertainment industry controlled by the mafia, or their equivalent of the mafia. It just had to make money. Or it just had to, you know, have a certain amount of qualities. I don't think those guys were that interested in, you know. You didn't get notes.
Yeah.
It's not like
they didn't care about the opera of cinema. No. They just cared that they made money.
Exactly. Because really, Hong Kong, they only have to stay in the theater for like 2 weeks. It's not like here where, like, you know, Avengers is going to be in the theater for 6 months. No. Yeah. 2 weeks, it's going to be replaced by something else. It's almost like the 70s drive-in circuit. So, you know, it's just got to fill butts for a couple weeks. And, you know, but unfortunately, much like we've talked about sort of filmmaking in the 70s, the sort of filmmaking in the 80s in Hong Kong, just like here in America, it's never coming back.
Yeah, that sucks.
It does. Because to me, that's the freest cinema ever, is 70s and 80s Hong Kong. Like, there are no rules.
There's tons of rules here in America.
That is absolutely true.
But it's not a lot. It's mostly the same. They're just going to keep redoing movies and making money because that's all that matters.
Oh, yeah.
The opera cinema doesn't matter. The cinematic, mise-en scene and all that shit, they don't care about that anymore. It's how much money they're going to make.
Right. And they didn't really care about it then, but they allowed a certain percentage of it to be made. Like, you know, but you go back to the 70s, most movies were still just genre movies.
Yes.
But it was 75%. Now it's 97%. Yeah. You know, and listen, there's no bigger genre movie fan on earth than me. If they are, I will fight them to death in a Highlander-like duel. But that having been said, you need variety. It all can't be, you know, Fast and the Furious and the Avengers.
That's what I'm hoping is in this country as it kind of tightens up. I'm hoping that eventually, people will just be like, you know, I'm not fucking watching this again.
Now, in the American public's defense, the last 2 weeks, last movie was Midway, which does not look like a great movie, but it was not based on a property, it was based on a historical event. Now, you could say it looks like crap. That's really up to you as a film. Last week, Ford versus Ferrari, a movie about two middle-aged guys trying to win a car race, was the #1 movie in America.
Yep.
So maybe there is hope. I hope there is. And I really like James.
That was was right?
Yep.
That's not based on a book?
Nope, just based on a historical event. Two movies 2 weeks in a row is based. I didn't think of that till just now. Yeah. But James Mangold directed Logan, directed Walk the Line, Copland. Probably the 3. Yeah, he's a great director, and he's not, like I say, he'll do. You know, he's made popcorn movies. So, you know, he did. I think without that, the best X-Men movie. You know, Logan. And but he's, you know, even he said, like, there's got to be, you know, that's kind of why he made this movie. He's like, he had 2 guys, Christian Bale and Matt Damon, who could get it made.
That helps.
That helps, yeah. Otherwise, this would be, you know, it would
2 guys we don't know.
Yeah, it's premiering on iTunes. Yeah, you know, and nothing wrong with that. But you know, I am glad that I actually want to see Ford versus Ferrari because my dad was he was a car fanatic, you know, and
it looks good.
It really does, and like them winning the Le Mans race, that was a really, you know, in a car they made in 2 months. That was a big deal.
Oh yeah,
you know, and yeah.
Do you think they fought like they fought?
I assume so. Yeah, like what I've read about Carroll Shelby and Ken Miles and those guys and Lee Iacocca, and I'm sure they did. Yeah. You know,
they wanted to win.
They wanted to win, exactly.
And
yeah,
they each thought that they knew how to get it done.
Yeah, right.
Collectively,
yeah. And Ken Miles at that time, he was considered the best race car driver in the world at that time. Yeah, but he's sort of, his attitude is sort of, you know, he got F1, you know, F1 racing, then Indy, then, you know, he'd sort of burned all his bridges. This was sort of his last chance to do something, you know. And Carroll Shelby was, a lot of people still consider him the best car designer ever, you know. But yeah. And hopefully I get to check it out pretty soon.
Oh, I'm sure you will.
Yeah.
You get to go to all the movies. You don't have children.
I can't. The last movie I went to, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
That was the last movie I went to. Fuck, that's depressing.
That was the last adult movie I've gone to, if that makes you feel any
Yeah,
better.
last movie you chose to go see.
I'm sorry, I went to saw Joker. I can't say that.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
I did, but I took my son to it.
What did your son think of
Joker?
Joker?
And now he's on Vyvanse.
Oh. What did he think when he stabbed the guy in the eye?
He covered his eyes and
Right.
covered his ears.
Yeah.
I think
That's good.
The worst part is the end. The
Right.
last one.
Right.
The last one he did not take to very well.
Right.
But he probably shouldn't have watched that movie.
No, he shouldn't have been there.
He probably shouldn't have been there.
I'm saying that he covered his eyes. That's good.
Yeah, he
If
did
he'd been sitting there like, or if you hear under his breath, yeah, do it. You're like, what the fuck?
You heard him go, serve that motherfucker right. Yeah, kill him. Do it.
Just like I've got planned. You're like, holy shit. Just like in my dream journal.
So with that said, my wife came in to me watching Duel to Death and was like, "What is this?" She says, "Is that a movie for the podcast?"
There it is. The seal of disapproval. Watch it, ladies and gentlemen. If Garrick's wife hates it, you must watch it. If you have Prime, it's on there. Just saying. Go ahead, Garrick. I'm sorry.
It is. It's only an hour and a half. It is an entertaining hour and a half. It is not sword and sorcery.
But what is these days?
Well, the movie I watched, Willow, is sword and sorcery. Yeah.
See, to me, sword and sorcery is adult. That to me is one thing that separates. Like you mentioned, when we were during the Conan shit. Like you said, Lord of the Rings. I don't think Lord of the Rings is sword and sorcery. To me, that's just mainstream fantasy. To me, sword and sorcery has to have like an adult quantum to it to make that sort of like the Frank Frazetta paintings with the chicks and the. You know,
it's what I want.
Right, exactly. Willow is as close as you can get with mainstream with a kids movie. I will give you that. But to me, I would say the original Highlander is more of a sword and sorcery movie than Lord of the Rings is, because it has magic, it has sword fighting, it has adult themes to it. To me, that's what it is, more so than any one thing.
Wow. We had some votes on the, I posted up on Facebook, the movie Duel to the Death. Wanted to do the showdown before the show about is it a kung fu movie or sword sorcery, and of course it won out. Kung fu won out.
Right, but that's off two pictures completely out of context with people. I'm not going to say they haven't seen it. I'm going to say a lot of them haven't seen it.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Anyway, go ahead. I'm surprised it got 18%. Sword and sorcery. I'll be honest with you.
Anyway,
I thought it was going to get 0%. Yeah. So
giant ninjas and flying swordsmen, and there is a particular amount of magic in it, and you got to check it out. It's entertaining.
It's fucking Ninja Trick.
This block has been a fucking joke, though. So we're gonna need to do something better. Like when we say sci-fi cops, like Copland can't be a part of that.
no, it's not a part of it. They're right there.
This is a fact.
Anyway, all right.
That redneck in the car agrees with you. He just drove by.
That's right. So I guess I'll get to my movies. I watched Willow, directed by Ron Howard. Had Val Kilmer in it, Warwick Davis.
Yep, Warwick Davis.
It was produced by George Lucas, and didn't do very well at the box office. But you know what's amazing to me? It had only a $35 million budget. I guess that's a lot, though. For
what was it, 89, 90?
Yeah, maybe 89.
88. Wow. That's
older than I thought.
Yeah, that's all. I thought it was like 90, 91. I mean, that was a lot of money there. I think that a lot had to do with George Lucas, though. You know.
I don't remember much.
Yeah. Ving Rhames. Val Kilmer's great in it.
Yeah, he's kind of like the comic hero.
Yeah.
You know, baby girls discovered on the river, and Peck, or Willow, or derogatory name Peck, finds the baby and decides to Well, I mean, that's what they always, because that's what it says all. It's your Peck. I'm not Peck, I'm Willow. Yeah. It was good, man. I liked it.
It's a good movie.
It is a good movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's that fantasy movie that I like. It's, like Duel to the Death or...
Swordplay?
Yes, there's swordplay.
Magic?
Yes, there's magic.
Absolutely.
So it's...
Nudity?
No. Very, very PG.
Yeah.
Definitely very PG.
So this
cool effects in it, though.
Yeah.
The big monster that comes out of the around the castle, around the moat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, really cool.
Oh, yeah, lots of practical, too.
Yeah.
Lots of practical.
The first morphing effects in a movie.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
There you go. Willow, everybody's seen this movie.
Yeah.
Anybody that hasn't seen this movie. And I did it. I watched Dolomite.
What did you think?
Oh,
it's fucking I mean,
yeah.
It is.
It's like a hug.
How good did it make you feel?
Yeah.
That ending when he's like...
I kept waiting on something bad to happen.
Yeah, I did too.
Or somebody just come in and wreck everything, and it doesn't happen.
No. It's a villainless movie. It's just such a sweet, profane movie.
But there is conflict.
There is.
They did a very good job of interweaving the conflict.
Yeah.
Like I guess my only complaint would be, I knew after he made the movie and he was sitting in the studio and the dude said, "I can't show this movie.
Yeah.
I can't buy this movie." I knew at that point in time, and it wasn't because the movie came out. I just knew from the way it was going that he was going to figure out how to do it.
Oh yeah.
So, it's a very weird structured movie because you don't have any villain, and you don't have any he did express at one point in time that he was broke. Like, I ain't got no money left. You guys pay for your own damn waffles and shit like that. But it was very. But you held on until the last second. It was great, and that ending was perfect when that guy came up to him and said, "We're doing 1 till 2," and he turned around and he said, "All these people are going to be waiting out here till 2," and decided,
I'll stay here and entertain them.
I read an interview with Larry Karaszewski and Scott Alexander. They said everything in the movie you think we made up is 100% accurate. Like him rapping with the kid, giving him his cane at the parent and performing. He said that totally happened. Yeah. He said the things they made up had to be like little interconnect things. He said, but the stuff that you think is that's completely unrealistic. About him, meeting the chick in the bar and turning her into a famous comedian. He's like, that happened. Yeah. He got everything. His life was so amplified. He said they really didn't fill in that much. He said, and they didn't have a problem getting it made either. Once Eddie Murphy signed on. People were calling to be in it. Like Bob Odenkirk, the guy who plays the head of the distribution. He's like, he was such a big Rudy Ray Moore fan. He's like, you need a cop. You need a white guy.
You need a white guy.
He said, I'll show up. He said, I'll wear my dad's clothes from the 70s. I'll show up in costume. Yeah. He's like, I'm there. And he said, they had to beat basically tell people they couldn't be in it because everybody was so hyped for it. And it is just, right now it's could end up being my favorite movie of the year. I mean, it's so just
really good.
Yeah,
really, really good.
It's just there's nothing sappy about it. There's nothing. It's real. It's
a great story.
It's a great story. Eddie Murphy's so good. It's ridiculous.
Well, what's great is Craig Brewer directed it.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that until I saw the credits. I'm like, oh, dude, Craig Brewer actually directed it.
Yeah. His career kind of shit the bed about 10 years ago. There was an article in Maxim magazine about a guy who broke out of prison, stole an 18-wheeler, and drove to his mom's house so he could be when she died. And he wanted to make this movie called Mother Trucker about it. And whatever studio produced the Footloose remake told him, said, if you make this, we'll make that. Well, then nobody wants to see the Footloose remake, and then Mother Trucker just evaporated. And I think he spent a couple years trying to get that made, and then by then his career was just cold, which is a shame. But he's got a couple other projects coming out, and super talented director. His first movie, Hustle and Flow, is great. Yeah, really cool movie.
Yeah, but this was great, and it was a lot. I actually did do some fact checking. A lot, like you said.
Yeah,
a lot of that stuff for real happened. Mm-hmm. I mean, this, it's just amazing. Though I think I look at stuff like this, dude, and I'm like, this doesn't happen anymore.
Right.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
You can't do this. Speaking of John Waters.
Yeah.
He makes this movie on 16mm called Pink Flamingos with Divine in it. She eats some dog shit. Mm-hmm. They do it all in a trailer. Guy's asshole is opened up like.
Yep.
It's trash.
Yeah.
But it was enough trash to get him.
It's artful trash.
Artful trash.
Yeah.
That artful. Well, Dolomite. I watched the real Dolomite too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fucking terrible.
Right.
It's fucking great.
No, it's not.
There's
not a certain nothing to it.
I think there is. There's an elbow grease to it.
There's no pretentiousness to it. There's not some fuckface that's like, I'm the art director. You stand here. You do this. They just sat there and fucking Wesley Snipes is sitting there.
Like you're talking about John Waters. They got together and made a movie.
Yeah.
I mean, say what you will, and his movies, each one made money. He took that money and made another movie.
And kept making them.
Kept making them. The worst thing, what was that movie, that fucking piece of shit movie? Came out like 2007 or 8. The Reader with Kate Winslet.
Oh, you didn't like the Reader.
The Reader. And he was talking about how John Wayne, he had written a kid's movie. He's like, I wrote this movie. It was G. He said, and I'm going to go. And he said, couldn't even get him a meeting, really. And he was talking about, he said, and the fucking Reader comes out where Kate Winslet statutory rapes this kid. Yeah. He's like, oh, and she's a Nazi war criminal. He's like, you fucking kidding me? He's like, I'm over here trying to make a kid's movie that entertains some children, and this bullshit's coming out. And, so I understand his feeling, because it is like he figures he finally put his time and he was going to make something that, people, that he could show people that it wasn't revolting.
Yeah, I'm not all about shock and
no, but I mean, he does have some, like, Serial Mom's got some legitimately funny moments in it. You know, I mean, when she pulls that chick's liver out with the fire poker and beats the chick to death for wearing white shoes after Labor Day.
What I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
What I'm simply trying to say is that guys don't break out.
No.
With those kind of movies anymore. They just don't.
You're a black dude saying what you're saying.
Yeah.
And I'm a black guy and I live in your town. Of course I'm going to come see your fucking movie because I've seen your stand-up. You're great.
Yeah. And everybody had Red Rainbow's records.
Yeah, that's what,
that's true.
He wasn't like some unknown. And watching it, and the guy at the art house is like, is this supposed to be funny? And he's like, hell yeah, it's supposed to be funny. Look, man, like, watch it. Like, watch the people. Like, the sex scene. I mean, it's ridiculous. The fucking roof's coming down, all this. It's meant to be.
When he does the instant replay of him jumping out the window.
It's just,
like, if you take that seriously, you're an idiot.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I think people,
watch this good shit.
People underestimate how, like, the intelligence that went into making it, what it actually ended up becoming. It's not an idiot's, like, this is just a bunch of idiots put this together. Like, that's what makes it special, and that's why it still endures, and that's why they made a movie about making it, is because of that.
Right.
I think. So.
He would not. I mean, you gotta love his determination. That was the best part.
Yeah, it gave me like the Bowfinger feel.
Yeah,
and I'm just like,
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this.
Get it done. Like, I love that scene where they're rolling up in the car and they're like, hey man, no matter what, we come around this corner, there might not be anybody here, but like we
made a movie.
We did this and we did it our way, we did it together, and there's fucking thousands out there. I was like, yes. Yeah. And I don't like feel-good movies a lot of times.
This isn't a feel-good movie. Like I said, it's not sappy.
Yeah, it's not like The American President. This is like...
The American President. Oh,
it's feel-good, baby.
Oh, jeez. That make me feel good. Go ahead.
This is just more of like, it's an inspiring movie about this dude who got told his whole life he was not good enough to do all these different things he tried to do.
Couldn't be a singer, not funny enough to be a comedian.
But at the end of the day, he found a way to make it all happen. Man. You can find a way, dude. Never say never, right? It's a sweet message.
It is.
I guess that's the thing. It is a sweet movie where
sweet.
People say motherfucker about 500 times.
About 500. It's the sweetest movie with the most cuss words I've ever seen.
Exactly.
And that's another part of it that I love.
That should be on the poster.
Well, that's That and I watched. I had to after watching Dolomite and being inspired, I had to watch Free Solo again, which is always inspiring. If you haven't seen that, it's fucking great.
Yeah.
All right, that's all I've seen. So I guess that's the end of the show. Great, cool. Thanks for coming out.
Doug, would you like to go ahead?
Sure.
Nobody gives a shit.
You're right. I don't even give a shit to talk about what I'm going to talk about. So I actually watched this before I watched Duel to the Death. I watched Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Right.
And
Crouching Tiger, Hunt my baby.
Yeah. Looking for, kind of
right.
a sword and sorcery movie that's kind of outside the...
It's a kung fu movie, Doug.
Yeah,
it's not a sword and sorcery fucking movie.
These guys...
You got on Lee at the beginning of the show.
Well, ninja tricks are different than kung fu tricks. We've established that.
Oh, God.
Right?
Okay.
I mean, does it lack sorcery? Of course it does. It does have some magic elements, more so than the Duel to the Death. But all in all, it's just a movie. It's a love story.
Yeah.
And a cool sword.
Yeah.
And it's got some cool characters in it.
It could lose about 45.
Oh, the
desert
scene.
The desert. It kills the movie, dude.
It does. It kills it.
Really
does. God dang.
It really does.
If it was... Listen, Ang Lee's a super talented dude.
But that just didn't need to be.
He is not an action movie director. And the box office receipts for Gemini Man prove that.
I was getting ready to say.
He's done it 3 times. He's done it 1 time. His best action movie is Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. But then he directed The Hulk with Eric Bana. And then directed Gemini Man. He's a dramatic director. Everybody doesn't have the same tools. And there's nothing wrong with that.
His best movie was The Ice House.
The Ice House is... Ice Storm.
Ice Storm.
Ice Storm is fucking devastating.
Cool. Yeah, but it's great.
And I hate movies like that. I hate those fucking misery porn movies. But that shit is fucking phenomenal.
It is misery porn.
But that shit is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, it was great. He needs to stick to that.
He really, and he can do whatever. He can do like a fucking it doesn't matter, but he's just not... Here's the thing. There's nothing worse than when a mainstream director does a genre movie.
What about that Life of Pi?
I didn't see it.
I didn't see it either, actually.
I saw it.
Was it good? Yeah, exactly. That's why I didn't see it.
It's just over the top.
Right.
Unrealistic, just crazy shit.
But he's just not... He doesn't have that... Like something like Jon Favreau. Jon Favreau does.
Yes.
He can do both. He can make Made, which is, he can do, and, Iron Man. Yeah. He has both those skill sets. Ang Lee does not.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's a cool movie.
It's a really good first-time watch.
Yeah.
After that, you have to skip around.
The desert.
A guy that should have let Yen Wu-Ping direct it. Yen Wu-Ping direct that shit would have been off. It'd been an all-timer.
Yeah, and it's got some close scenes like when Michelle and Zane are having their little fight, and everything that Michelle brings at her, it's just getting destroyed because the Green Destiny can't be broken.
Right.
Like, that shit's badass.
Oh, yeah.
And it still holds up and it still looks good.
Oh, yeah.
But just all in all, it's just not...
There's a lot of fat.
Yeah, it's not what it was.
There's a lot of Chow Yun fat, too.
Yeah. Wow, okay.
Nice.
And they do some flying and some bamboo... dancing, which was
sorcery.
Is that magic?
The bad thing of it is the legacy of it, because they have about 10 years there was a lot of artful martial arts movies that were just fucking snoozers.
House of Flying Daggers.
House of Flying Daggers. Fuck you in the butt. That movie. That shit is.
Oh, there were so many.
Oh, that shit is fucking.
Right after that.
Oh, something would come out, and I would get so excited, and I'm like, oh, they fucking got me again, these son of a bitch.
Yeah.
So I just stopped.
Oh.
Sword of Destiny.
I didn't watch the sequel that came on Netflix, Sword of Destiny.
I heard it was horrific.
The techno version of Bad Moon Rising that was used in the trailer, I was like, nope. Yeah.
Then I just wanted to watch something interesting.
Yeah.
So I flipped around on Amazon Prime. I came upon a movie called A Field in England.
Yes.
Which, have you seen it?
I have.
I said there's no fucking way.
Same director as Kill List.
I knew it.
How the fuck did you make it to the end of that movie?
I might have.
You slept through about half.
Might have been a couple installments.
Because I was trying to explain...
It's not very good.
What it is. I can't explain really what it is.
Right.
he was talking about...
It's an opera of cinema.
It's an opera of cinema, and I said, well, it's black and white. It takes place in the mid-1600s.
Yeah.
I gotta see it.
Oh.
It takes place during the English Civil War.
Right.
When there was about, 15 years where they cut the king's head off and there was no royalty.
No
That's like the English Wild Wild West. That's their equivalent.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of movies about that made in England. Well, but here's the thing. Most people don't know what that means outside of England unless you look into it.
Right.
It means nothing. But them, it's really meaningful. And he's an alchemist.
Yes.
So there's an alchemist, and these soldiers, brings them into this field of mushrooms, and then it's a hallucinogenic, historical, not horror movie, but it's
got some magic and some
yeah. It's like it's very hard to. It's my least favorite of his movies, and I love
creepy to watch.
And I love his movies.
It gets to the point where I'm like, I don't even know what this is.
Do you think if you ate mushrooms and watched it, it would be any better?
No.
I don't understood that. Like, watch a Tyler Perry movie on mushrooms. That shit would probably be amazing. You'd probably think this is an opera of cinema.
Now this is a movie.
Medea Boo number 3 was freaking awesome.
Just a really, really odd movie. If you like period pieces that kind of stray
It's
off.
kind of like The Wall. I'm sorry. Like The Wall. The Wall is great. Pink Floyd, The Wall is great, but it's even better that you're eating acid. I mean...
I'm going to take your word on that one, Big Shooter.
Okay.
I mean...
I've seen it both ways.
Yeah.
And it was better when I was eating acid.
Ooh, most progressive Rocky is. Anyway.
Well, anyway.
So, I don't... There's not really a whole lot to talk about with this movie. It's just them walking around in this field, and then they find this rope, and they all pull on the rope, and then another alchemist...
Yeah.
arrives, and it just gets really weird after that.
Right.
He's an alchemist. Isn't he like a bomb specialist?
No, like...
Fire specialist.
Sort of like in between a wizard and a scientist. Like they want to turn lead into gold. They want to figure out the secrets to immortality.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Doctors, but without...
Science.
Well, or like a moral compass.
Right.
They're just like...
Yeah.
Trying to do crazy shit.
Yeah.
Not too good.
No. I'm Ben's my guy.
Yeah, I know how much you like Wheatley. That's why when I saw it, I said I got to watch this because I don't think
I am not giving the seal of approval to that one.
That's when I'm shocked you made it to the fucking end.
Yeah,
because once it really starts going down and they're like splitting the screen and the shit's going, I was just like, I can't even look at the
it was I couldn't imagine seeing it in the theater.
Oh, Lord,
that shit would have been unbearable.
Yeah,
I think I might have split it up in 2 watches. Yeah.
It's only 90 minutes.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
Hagazusa long.
No. That's which is now the measuring stick.
That's the standard.
Damn, this movie's a Hagazusa and a half.
2/3 Hagazusa. Nice.
Damn.
So that's what I watched.
Right.
The only other thing I watched was the season finale of...
Compared to Hagazusa.
It doesn't.
It doesn't? Hagazusa, that much better?
In my estimation, yes. I enjoyed it more.
I loved it.
It's more like an experiment in filmmaking.
Yeah,
it's not really.
Gave him a bunch of money.
It's not really a movie.
It's just really weird.
Yeah, Just rewatch Mandy.
Yeah, just don't bother with it. Unless you're a huge Wheatley fan, you just want to see what he does with this because it's very experimental.
Yeah.
And the only other thing that I watched was the finale. Finally got to the end of American Horror Story 1984.
How was that?
It's got more plot holes than...
I know a lot of people I've read have not liked it.
Then you can shake a stick at. But all in all, because of all the love it gives to the 80s and to 80s horror.
Right.
They've had a lot of shitty seasons.
Right.
And they've had just a handful of cool ones. This falls somewhere in the middle.
Right. Okay. Hey.
Yeah.
There you go.
Which is better than it's been.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
So.
Well, I have not watched a whole lot. I'll be honest with you. I watched the 4th episode of Watchmen before my thing about much better. I will. When I get a chance, I'll finish the season.
Okay.
The 4th episode, it ties into something major in the comic, and it all deals with Tim Blake Nelson's character.
Okay.
Who I love that guy. I've been a fan of his since Oh Brother Where Art Thou. But he's probably the most interesting character. And But other than that, I watched a documentary on Sundance called "No One Saw a Thing."
Oh, I heard about that.
In 1981, there was this guy in this town in Missouri. Like in 1981, the town had 400 people.
Okay.
This guy, he killed a couple people. He had attempted to kill a shop owner for saying his kid shoplifted. He shot him in the neck, and was in 1981 rustling cattle and pigs. Like he would just cut people's wires and take their livestock, and charged with 37 felonies, never convicted, because he would just people like somebody say they're going to testify against him, they come home and their dog would have a bullet in his head,
Whoa.
right? So in 1981, he finally, when he shot the shopkeeper in the neck, he gets arrested, but then his lawyer appeals and he gets out on bail or bond. So he goes back to the town, goes into the bar. When he walks outside, he is shot in broad daylight. Some people say 25 people, some say in front of 60 people. So anyway, there was a gaggle of people. Only his wife saw something. She says the two guys who did it, no one's ever even been questioned by the police. Oh. They just let that shit ride.
They're like, that's fine.
They were like, he's dead, no big deal. But since then, there have been like 8 to 10 very strange murders and now the town's down to about 200 people. A couple years ago, a woman had her baby cut out. One woman was impaled, I think, on like a metal pole. Like, it's just a fucked up town, and nothing like this happened before that day in 1981, where the town got together and assassinated this guy. And his wife just was like, I know who did it. She gives the name on television. No one saw a thing.
Don't matter.
It don't matter. He's dead. Wow. And a very sort of Southern Gothic twisted
I think that's
documentary.
on Prime.
It might be. I saw it on the Sundance. But other than that, I watched something else we're going to go into, I think, later. I think we're going to talk about it later.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I saw the first 3 episodes of Primal.
Uh-huh. What did you think of that?
I love it.
It's genius, dude.
It is an opera of cinema.
It really is.
Like it is exactly every frame, every close-up of the eyes, the way they do the attack, everything. Yeah. Every time he's standing there, no dialogue. Like, it is amazing.
Yeah.
It is amazing. But I have to be in... it's almost like I watched one without my headphones on.
Yeah.
And was like, So I have to have my headphones. I have to be in a place where I can listen to it and just like, submerge myself into it.
Oh, yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
You got to see it. And guess what? I got a deal for you. You can get the app, Adult Swim app on your phone, and watch anything through that app. That's great. That's what I've been watching.
Yeah, I have a Roku TV, so I just watch it through there.
I forgot to tell you. It's fantastic.
It really is.
I got to watch the rest of them.
Yeah.
Oh, it's funny because I got through the 3rd one. I was going to be like, well, I could just watch the rest of them.
Yeah.
But then I won't have anything else to see.
I put it on thinking I would like it, but then when those babies got eaten in like the first 5 minutes, I was like, oh, hold on now. We might have something here.
Yeah.
I love that. That's the measuring stick. Ooh.
Hey, what's the name of that documentary again?
No One Saw a Thing.
No One Saw a Thing. Yeah, I think I saw this. Yeah, Prime Video. No, 0 at Sundance.
But yeah, that's how I did the 7-day free trial for Sundance.
Golly, how do you remember to cancel those things?
You got to have a lot of notes laying around.
No, you can cancel it immediately. You still get the week.
Really?
Yeah. Because it just says we'll at midnight, 7 days.
We got you.
Yeah, we got you.
Well, so that's all you watched?
Well, I watched the first 2 episodes of The Mandalorian. Okay.
Oh, on Disney Plus.
On Disney Plus.
Fancy Disney Plus.
Right.
Did your shit get?
No, because I don't use my same password on 17 different sites. Especially, and they were using it on like multiple Disney sites, the same password. And dude, it's really good. Like, it's in here because here's the thing: there's nothing to it. There's no. It's just it's a Western.
Okay.
If you go into,
what do you mean? There's nothing to it. There's no effects?
It's a guy going to get bounties. There's no. I mean, there's no. It's not epic at all.
There's not all this galaxy shit.
No, it's just
this is
he's
about
on
Boba Fett rolling around.
Well, no, it's not Boba Fett, but yeah, a Boba Fett-esque character, a Mandalorian, a Boba Fett-esque bounty hunter. Just and Nick Nolte's in the first couple episodes, doing a voice. You know, he's
who's the Mandalorian?
It's Pop. He's the guy, the spear fighter from Game of Thrones who got killed by the mountain.
Oh,
remember?
yeah.
Pedro Pascal?
Yeah.
Yeah, you never see his face. So far, you haven't seen. He never even attempts to take his helmet off. It's just, dude. It's simple. That's the thing about it, you know. And it's like, is it perfect? No, but it is.
But it's simple.
It's simple. And it's entertaining. Like I said, it's a space western.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. I think that's where Jon Favreau went right. He didn't do too much, and it's not like, oh, you've seen this before in another Star Wars movie.
Right.
It's just, you know. He's a bounty hunter, and it's have gun will travel in outer space, you know. In the Star Wars, yeah. But they don't mention no one, you know. They don't mention, you know. I think they said the Empire, because it's 7 years after Return of the Jedi, so the Empire's gone, but there are pockets of it still left. So they still somebody tries to pay him in Empire credits. He's like, I don't want those. So they pay him in credits from another month. Those are the references to it. It's not like there's these, you know, and then Luke Skywalker said. There's none of that, because it's out in the end of the universe, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, and
what you said, I'm surprised it's so popular, because that sounds perfect.
Yeah,
and I'm surprised that
it's what they should have done after 1983, basically.
Nice,
you know, and but I mean, 2 episodes.
How many episodes? How many? Sorry.
Calm down.
How many episodes is there?
8. There'll be 8 in the first season.
Is it like Netflix? Is it all come
nope.
out?
Every Friday.
You gotta wait.
Yep.
Every Friday.
Yep.
Fuck Disney. Fuck Disney Square in their ass. What else is on that channel?
I don't know. Everything.
Is it worth it?
It goes to you can switch through decades. It's $6.99 a month, or if you do the bundle, you can get that, Hulu, and ESPN for $12.99.
Which is actually pretty good, because I pay $6 for Hulu now.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, it's good. I mean,
fuck them.
Yeah.
Not doing
He's not gonna do it. Listen, my girlfriend's son asked if we were going to get it. I was like, fuck, I'll get it. Just use my password.
It has all the Star Wars. It has all
listen,
the old Star
I wasn't going to watch anything. I was just going to sign into it, have her text him the password, and I saw that fucking episode of The Mandalorian just sitting there. I said, I got to do it. I couldn't know it was there. I couldn't not do it. I was like, yeah. Yeah. And, listen, it's not, and here's the thing, it's very TV show-like. It's not like a movie, which I think is good.
Yeah.
They didn't try to duplicate the feel of the movies, you know. Yeah. Carl Weathers is in it. I mean, yeah. It's got a good cast. Werner Herzog shows up for a couple of minutes. He's the client. He's who he's going after for. Yeah. But yeah.
Cool.
And there's like backstory, all sorts of stuff.
No.
No. It's just
backstory on what?
Backstory on him?
No. It opens with him walking into a bar, basically a cantina, and he captures the guy and freezes him.
Long?
They're about 40 minutes long. Yeah, 45 minutes. Yeah. It's the best Star Wars since Return of the Jedi. I'll say that. But you know, those feel like in Rogue One, those moments that gave you those Star Wars feels. It's more of that. Hey, you kind of got those. Yeah. It's like, it gives you more of that
Star Wars tingles.
Yeah, those tingles. Yeah, those pre-Phantom Menace tingles. I got some of those.
Yeah, I did too. Well, I did with.
Yeah.
So what's the guy's? I don't know what the Mandalorian is.
The Boba Fett. They were a race of warriors, and they had this armor.
He's just one of those.
Yeah, they had a reputation as being Jedi killers, before the Empire. Like, they were so badass they could, without the Force.
I'm confused because I thought they were clones.
No. The Empire was clones of Jango. And Jango Fett and Boba were not actually Mandalorians. They had just been adopted.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Getting into the history.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
All right, that makes more sense. Cool.
Yeah.
Mandalorian.
Will you be getting Disney Plus?
He will not be.
Disney.
Not my fucking lifetime, dude.
Do you think they'll come out on DVD? You think
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Absolutely they will, and I'll rent them and tell Disney to go fuck themselves when I do it. They will not get a penny from me, dude.
They're going to start buying theaters.
They're going to buy they're going to own it.
Now that is fucking fuckery.
That's why I can't give them money because I know where that money's going.
Right.
I'm not doing it.
I understand.
And you're the second person I know that's watching this show.
Yeah.
And I've only heard basically like kind of a complaint about a little baby Yoda, which isn't even,
right.
And I'm like, fuck it.
Well, what else are you going to call it? If it's not Yoda, you got nobody ever said what kind of species he was, so they're going to say it's baby Yoda.
It's only the third one they've ever seen in all the movies and stuff, So really, it's a baby Yoda.
It is a baby Yoda.
Yeah, and it's cute as shit. I'll be honest with you. It is cute. It made Werner Herzog cry when they were puppeteering it because it's a puppet. Yeah. And he said it was like he was acting with it.
He's so fucking
weird. He's so weird and German.
I love him, though.
I do too, but he's he got so caught up with it.
Every story that you
ever hear him talk about pro wrestling? Oh, it's great. He loves it. Talks about how it's better than most movies. Oh, he's so weird.
Wow.
Yeah. Then he makes a grizzly man. You're like, what?
Yeah. Well, I fight to get it.
Go get it, man.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if you want to get it.
You get to see all the old, Little Mermaid and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Everything.
Like, you can go from Steamboat Willie, the black and white cartoon of him, from that. There's maybe about 5% that's not on there. But I imagine some things they'll switch out.
But all the old Alice in Wonderlands and all that shit are on
every
there.
Marvel movie, every Star Wars movie, and National. You like Free Solo? That's on there because they own National Geographic now. So there's nature documentaries.
All those great nature documentaries.
It's Disney, Marvel, Star Wars, National Geographic.
That's it.
Those are the four.
Yeah, that's it. Well, I mean, I'm already paying $6 for Hulu.
Yeah.
Hulu sucks, dude.
Well, that's because they took a lot of the stuff they own and put it on Disney Plus.
Right, yeah. I mean, that makes sense.
Hulu's good if you want to watch, if you don't have cable or you watch network TV.
TV shows.
Yeah, that's what Hulu's good for.
Yeah. We're getting ready to get rid of our direct TV. I'm done with it. I mean, the only thing we watch is football. I just go to the bar and watch it. Or hell, now you can spend $3. I can watch the Pats game. I can get on Twitter and look at all the angry Washington Redskins fans screaming for them to sell the. Did you see that old lady? She's like, sell the team, Snyder, sell the team, sell everything. Did you see what's his name? The new quarterback. I know we're getting off subject, but I got it. This is hilarious. What was the new quarterback's name?
Yeah, Haskins.
Haskins goes up to his own lineman and goes, "What can I do to help? What can I do to help you?
To help me not get sacked 10
please,
fucking games. 10 times a game. Yeah. I know. They're just.
I'm getting a concussion, and that's not supposed to happen.
Yeah, dude. Serious, that's terrible.
At least he didn't get hit with his own helmet.
That's the worst thing I've ever seen on a football field, man.
Also, possibly the best thing.
He deserved it.
Who?
Dude, Myles Garrett deserved to whack him with that freaking helmet. He was pulling his off when they were sitting on the...
I don't fucking care. You can't assault somebody with a 25-pound object and act like it's not assault. If he did it in a parking lot, they're dragging his fucking ass to jail.
Fair enough.
He does it in front of fucking 80,000 people, and they don't even press charges. How ridiculous is that?
Okay, you got me there.
That's true.
That's actually
I'm just saying.
It was funny, though.
I still think it's an instigated... Willie McGinnis made a good point. He says, this happens all the time. What happens in the huddles and in the pile-ups? He says people are gouging eyes out.
You use self-control when you're out of it. You don't sit there and drag a fucking dude like a rag doll around for about 15 seconds, rip his helmet off, his own helmet off, and then attempt to kill him with it. I mean, that guy just suffered a concussion within the last 6 weeks. If he would have hit him in the right spot, he could have killed him.
Sure.
I mean,
the crown of that helmet.
Was it funny to watch it when it was happening? Because we're creatures that love fucking ridiculous entertainment.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course it was.
But it was terrible.
But when you sit back and think about it, it's like, dude, that guy could have died. This motherfucker should never be allowed on a football field again.
I will agree with that.
Ever.
I wouldn't go that far.
He's been suspended.
He should be suspended for the rest of the year.
But at the same time, they have footage of guys straight up Evander Holyfielding women in the face.
Yeah.
And just, oh well. I mean, so that's the thing. It's got to be, it can't just be, they let people get away with so much. You know what I'm saying?
Did Ray Rice ever play again? He never played again. Yeah, you just can't do anything anymore because there's cameras
as long
everywhere.
as you don't try and hurt someone, I think you might be okay.
And
keep yourselves.
You know he's got to be hating it because they had won. There was only 8 seconds left in the game. If he would have just been like, look at the scoreboard. If he would have just put his hands up like this and walked off.
Have you seen a picture of fucking Myles Garrett?
He's huge.
Put a fucking picture up and see how big that fucking dude is. And give him a 25-pound helmet or a 20-pound helmet and let him swing it at somebody. Dude, come on, man. Never be allowed on a football field ever again.
Ever again.
I don't think.
Well, somebody that is more than welcome to be in more movies is Nicolas Cage, who's actually starring as himself in some film called The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
Now, see, here's why I'm sad about that. There was a script written about 5 years ago called Action Comics #1, which was written because he used to own a issue of Action Comics #1, the first pair of Superman, and it got stolen. And these guys wrote this script where it was a heist movie about trying to steal from Nicolas Cage, and they wanted him to play himself.
Yeah.
And it was apparently just a hilarious script that it got kind of watered down. Like, it got worked on and just, no, it's not funny anymore.
Yeah.
And I kind of wish that movie had been made because it sounds interesting, but like he's going to play 2 different versions of himself, like him in the 90s and him now, like complaining about making shitty, I don't know.
Yeah. Throw in like some Mexican cartel.
Right. It's one step above the James Dean movie. You know. It's a gimmick.
See. At least he's alive.
That's, yeah.
His last movie that I watched was Mandy.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's anything close to that, I'm sold.
I'm sure he's made 16 movies since Mandy.
And bought 2 sharks.
Paul Thomas Anderson's making a new film, 1970s high school movie. Not real sure. There's not much information on it.
He's from
Dazed and Confused kind of thing. Is that what we're talking about?
I think it's kind of going to be like, I don't know if it's really kind of like an autobiographical thing where he's kind of talking about his own kind of growing up in Southern California or whatever. I don't know. I don't know.
It'll be interesting.
It's Paul Thomas Anderson movie.
I don't care.
It'll be an opera of cinema. It'll be on my shelves.
Yeah.
Well, for sure. I love that guy.
Oh, yeah.
I'll watch anything that he makes.
Absolutely.
From here on in.
Yeah, for sure. All right, well, my opera of cinema this week is something different. Nobody can rag me because it's with the coming of The Irishman, which will probably be our next movie.
Yep, it will be our next movie.
We all have Netflix, don't we? Mm. Okay, so then, we're going to do a little Irishman special. But opera of cinema this week.
Thanksgiving?
The 27th.
That's true.
Yes.
Okay. Yep. I thought I hadn't checked up on
the 27th. So basically next Friday, is that correct?
Right.
Next Friday.
I'll be sitting around in my underwear watching all these people I love.
So next week is Thanksgiving break, so we won't be having our normal recording. We'll probably wait till the early week right after Thanksgiving to do The Irishman. But anyway, in that point, Taxi Driver is my opera of cinema. Very little dialogue, lots of shots of just every.
We are the people, or we are the people.
We are the people. Just all around, like every frame is perfect. The dialogue used is perfect. It's the music is great. The script is great. If you hadn't seen Taxi Driver, you probably shouldn't listen to our podcast.
It's amazing.
It's amazing in every aspect of the word.
I would never have imagined that would make your list.
Really?
It's the only opera of cinema where a pimp gets shot in the face, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Well, Scorsese doesn't do. I mean, I would call. Let's do a double. I'd call Goodfellas an opera of cinema. It's perfect in every way. It's a perfect movie. No, it's not like a Terrence Malick where, it's drifting in.
Thank God for small favors.
But it's still a perfect movie that can be watched over and over.
Oh, and I have.
And over again.
Yeah.
So,
what's your least favorite Scorsese movie?
Jesus Christ.
I'm going to say New York, New York is the one I've watched the least.
Yes.
Once.
Yeah,
I've
once. I got in the box set and watched it, and I was like, oh, and I'm done.
Yeah, this is terrible.
Liza Minnelli, no thank you.
Yeah, New York, New York.
Kundun?
See, I didn't mind that one.
Kundun's not a bad movie.
Yeah, I would say probably wasn't a big fan of the Jesus Christ movie.
Oh, yeah.
Last Temptation of Christ, I wasn't a big fan. Silence was...
Yeah.
Could have done
right.
I could have done without Silence.
He spent 30 years trying to make that movie. It's like, oh, really? Could make something else. Yeah. I mean, it's not a bad movie. It's very oppressive, I guess, to be the best way. You know, it's supposed to be, you know.
Yeah.
So, did you guys...
I do. It's a movie from 1987 called Chinese Ghost Story, and it has everything.
Sword and sorcery?
It has sword fight. It has two sorcerers. It has a tree... Nope, it's completely Chinese. It has a tree demon that has a giant tongue that goes into men's chests and sucks their life energy out and turns them into zombies. They're stop-motion zombies. It is a kitchen sink movie. It has a musical number.
Where can we watch this?
I have it on DVD. It's never been released in America. I bought it through a bootleg dude.
Damn.
Yeah.
This motherfucker.
That sounds glorious.
It is.
That sounds glorious. Only you'll never see it. And nobody else will see it.
Nobody's going to see it.
Please pick a flick video and fuck you.
Yeah. I mean, you can find it online.
Yeah, right.
You can buy a copy on eBay or, whatever.
Several $100s.
No, not that much.
Yeah. It sounds cool, though.
Chinese Ghost Story.
Chinese Ghost Story.
There you go. All right, so that's it for this episode.
Yep.
We're going to be back with The Irishman.
Let's say goodbye to Sword and Sorcery.
Yes, we are saying goodbye to Sword and Sorcery.
Conan, we love you.
Yeah, Conan, we love you. What are we doing next? After The Irishman.
I don't know. Let's take 2 weeks and figure it out.
Okay, fair enough.
And let's make sure that, it's something that whatever it is, it is.
All our listeners, all our 17 listeners will enjoy.
They're going to love it.
They're going to love it. That's it for this one. See ya. Happy Thanksgiving, folks.